Hi guys, this is Vinyl Finds number 80 something. Sorry, I think maybe this is a little bit too loud. So yes, this is Vinyl Finds 80 something. I forgot again to look at the number 88 or something like that. Anyway, yes, another update. I was expecting some records in the mail that didn't come. However, I did go to some record shops, and apparently there is a conspiracy to destroy me financially because there are three record shops at walking distance from where I live. So there was always Rough Trade East, which is probably my favorite record shop here in London, and part of the reason for that is that they have a big selection. Um, they don't take records out of the sleeves, which is just disgusting in my opinion. And yeah, their prices are all right. They're a bit higher, but you kind of expect it because they are physical shops, so they need to make a little bit more of a margin, and it's a big space, and they do a lot of things. So I sort of, I buy there knowingly that I will overpay, but yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, Rough Trade East. Then we had the Sister Ray shop opening, which does take records out of sleeves. And I'm getting annoyed with these guys, but it is there, and it is another option, and you can find some good prices there sometimes. However, there's a new one, and that is the what's it called? The Flashback London. Flashback. So they have two shops now. No, actually three shops. There is one up north. There's one east, I think, a bit further east, and yeah, so there's one in not Shoreditch. It's Angel. It's close to Angel, so it's not that far away. But because it's a little bit further away from me, I haven't visited it. I was aware of it, but I've never been there. And then there's another one that is like further east, which I would never go because it's way too far away. And now there is one at Shoreditch, which is at basically at the end of Brick Lane. As you start off from Oldgate East, take Brick Lane until the end, and at the end of Brick Lane, it's there. It's quite big. It has a basement with used records. I went there. There wasn't a lot of stuff, but yeah, you never know. With used records, you might find something, you might not find something. It's a little bit iffy. They have a rather large ground floor and that's it basically. There's no first floor or anything, because they say, oh, there's a basement, there's a ground floor. You would expect that there would be another floor, but no, there isn't any other floor. It's a large area where left hand side is all CDs, used CDs, and some new ones as well, and the right hand side is all new vinyl, some interesting offers, and some used stuff as well. There is a bit of a a sampling, if you like, of used stuff, which is quite good. Good selection. It's very new, so they're still bringing in new records and whatnot. And I visited them last Saturday. Yeah, it's a good shop. They do take records out of sleeves, however, and that's a big difference between every other shop in London that I've visited that does that. They have the decency of putting a cardboard inside, so when you actually hold the record, it feels like a record basically. And it's not only the feel of a record, which I'm bitching about, it's also the fact that if you take it out, if you take the record out of the sleeve and you just put sleeves on, then what you will end up is snapping the cover, or damaging the cover basically, which is something that does happen. If you go to Rough Trade West, they do that. most of the spines are snapped because of that, because they pack them really tightly. If you go to what's the other one on Berwick, where can't remember the name right now, but they have like, you know, huge boxes of records, you know, sleeves without records, and they're just bent, all of them. So how can you buy from that place? I mean, you know, what the hell? I mean, you know, why would I buy from you guys and not buy from Amazon, where I can get a download for free anyway? I mean, you know, and I can get my download immediately, and I know that the record, if it's defective in any kind of way, I can send it back, no problem. Anyway, it's just beyond me. I don't know. It's very backward thinking, and just, yeah. Anyway, 3 record shops. 2 of them are actually good, and the prices are alright on the new one on Flashback London. So that's quite encouraging. Anyway, music. I've been talking 6 minutes about bullcrap. I don't have a lot of records, by the way, to show, but there are some interesting things. Yeah. So what's playing in the background? It's this one. This is not new in any kind of way. I've had it for a while, and it's a prime example of why it's worth getting physical copies. This is Life in the Bush of Ghosts with Brian Eno and David Byrne. Came out in 1981. It was recorded in 1979 to 1980, and it came out in 1981. I think it was by reading the liner notes, it was a little bit after Remain in Light came out, so it was 1981, I think. And this is experimental work it is work that Brian Eno and David Byrne did, influenced by African music and using sampling. There's a lot of found sound, if you like, you know, just recording preachers on radio and whatnot, and they just injected that into the music and they mixed it. And this was 1981. This was like 1980s, which is not something that people did. And I have to admit that I have listened to this before, because, you know, it's Brian Eno, it's David Byrne, it has to be good. I bought it like months ago. I've listened to it a couple of times, and today I bothered to read through the liner notes, which are quite extensive. Not not the best liner notes that I've read on a CD or a record, for that matter, but it sort of gives perspective of their work and how they went about, you know, building the building blocks of this record. And things fell into place, and I've come to appreciate the music more, if you know what I mean. Which is, yeah, this is why you buy physical music. If I had the MP3 download, or, you know, an illegal download or whatever, bought it, or, you know, illegally downloaded it, basically, I would never have the opportunity to read about all this stuff. So yeah, you know, so yeah, it is African rhythms, and, you know, influenced by this kind of ethnic music, if you like. And they've also, you know, experimented with sound and how it sounds in the studio. And a lot of this work was used in the Talking Heads record Remain in Light, so which is an amazing record, amazing Afrobeat world music kind of record. And it's one of my favorite records ever as well, so, you know. Anyway, records. Not a lot, as I said. I've been talking about for 9 minutes, and yeah, so I went to 3 record shops. The 3 record shops that are out to destroy me. Last week, last Saturday, or was it Sunday? I don't remember, to be honest. So I went and I got the following things. Yes. So I went to Rough Trade East. I didn't find anything. I found loads of things, because, you know, if you go in a record shop, you will find a lot of things. But there's a lot of things that you are like, should I buy this? Yeah, you know, I don't have unlimited money, man. I mean, you know, If I was like a millionaire, I would probably buy everything, and yeah, that would be it. But I have to make some decisions, and in addition to that, I'm expecting some stuff in the mail as well. So I don't want to, you know, just overwhelm myself with loads of records. I've been buying a lot of records anyway, so yeah. So vinyl exchange, I got this one, which is Ty Seago and White Fence. Now, Ty Seago, I only have one record, his latest one. White Fence, I only have their live album. And White Fence, I've listened to their studio albums and they're not that good, but the live album is phenomenal. Hang on 1 second, let me get it. Ooh! Yeah. So yeah, White Fence. Just a reminder, White Fence live in San Francisco, and this is phenomenally good. I've shown it like months ago, I guess, when it came out. And if you find this, this is fantastic psych. This is just, yeah, they, yeah, I cannot recommend it highly enough. I mean, this is amazing. This is one of the best records of the year for me, anyway. In the top 10, maybe not the best, one of the best, but yeah, excellent. And I'm saying this, you know, I'm not a fan of his other output, but this is just bloody phenomenal. Do get it. So yeah, Ty Seago, his latest one I loved. I haven't been following him because he's quite prolific, but I wanted to get this. This is just, you know, garagey psych kind of throwback sound. I haven't listened to it that much, but yeah, it's quite good. Check it out. I mean, you know, it's all right. Latest Hookworms. Yeah, what the Hum. Yeah, out on Weird Forest. This is their latest one. They already have 3 albums. UK outfit, psych. Much in, you know, it's a bit of a cross between Cosmic Dead and Kigagaku Moyo and these kinds of new psych bands, and yeah, it's just really good. This is the regular version, like, you know, it's just heavy vinyl and whatnot. There is a clear one with a 7-inch that came out like not too long ago. Yeah, and also their first album has been reissued. It has been reissued multiple times. So yeah, really good band. Do check them out. And yeah, that's it. So after that, I went to my least favorite of the 3, and I got more records there for no reason. Well, no reason. It's because I found these records and I was like, yeah, why not get them? So a band that I discovered a bit later than I should, but there's a good reason for it. It's Sleater Kinney. Sleater Kinney, I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, Sleater Kinney, and this is Dig Me Out. Now, why would I choose this one? They have quite a few records. They've started in the early 90s, and I think their last record came out in 2005 or 2006. I'm not sure. Anyway, there was. I'm saying was because it came out and just disappeared. There was a box set. Sleater Kinney box set, and colored vinyl, which yeah, sold out immediately. It's going to get a repress December, from what I know. Black vinyl, which is good for me because I don't like colored vinyl, and yeah, I'm probably going to get it because I was listening to this one. This is loud indie rock. And why did I choose this one? Because I'm familiar with this one. I'm familiar also with their last one, In the Woods, which is great. And I haven't listened to the rest of them, to be perfectly honest. But I think that their output is very consistent in quality, and it's just really good girly indie music. And the reason why I never got into them was that, you know, when they started becoming a thing with this record, potentially in 2006, 1996, I want to say 1996, 1996, 1997, so thereabouts. I had to be, I was in the army, because, you know, I'm Greek, so you had to go to the army for a year and a half back then. So I've lost touch a little bit with what was going on with music, unfortunately. But yeah, so yeah, sort of passed me by, and I discovered them when they made In the Woods, where I downloaded an MP3, and yeah, yeah, really good stuff. Anyway, long story, doesn't matter. A record that I have on CD back home and requires no introduction, one of the best records of the 90s, potentially, yeah. Strokes. Is This It? Came out in 1991, memory serves me right. I want to say 1991, and probably I'm right. Yeah, anyway, this is the European version with the cover with the butt. In the US version, I think that they opted for a fractal kind of thing, which made no sense. And also because it came out in 2001, and that's why I remember 2001, was because of 9/11, and the US version didn't have New York City cops, so yes. Now this is a just regular reissue. I went to Sister Ray because they said that they had a version of it, an original rough trade version for 20 quid, but it was a little bit mangled, and they had this one, which is just regular reissue that is recent, and they had the Music for Vinyl reissue, which was like more expensive. And I know Music for Vinyl, you know, the pressings are immaculate, but I don't know, I opted for this one because it was £16 instead of 20, so yeah. Yeah, just excellent. Yeah. Excellent. This is like, you know, a soundtrack for the noughties, if you like. And then finally I got this one. Yeah, it's Johnny Thunders and the Heartbreakers, Lamp. This is the Lost 1977 mixes, which is annoying because I bought it thinking that it's the original kind of, you know, mixes or whatever, and there's a 3LP version that has the original and the Lost and yada yada yada. This was cheap and I didn't really notice this. I don't know if there's anyone out there that is a little bit more of a, you know, Thunders savvy person. So let me know if, you know, in your opinion this is better than the original one, or what the case is. I mean, you know, there are some records that, you know, the version that came originally was like the better one, like The Modern Lovers, the first LP. The original version, there's, you know, the one with the heart, which is just the official, if you like. And then there was a white version that had other mixes, which I don't remember who did them. Yeah, top of mind, I cannot remember really. And it's not as good. But yeah, this is just classic punk. I mean, you know, from that 1977 era. And yeah, just brilliant. Yeah. And that's it. 18 minutes. I managed to make an 18-minute video by showing 5 records and 1 CD. It's just fantastic. Thanks for hanging on. I will be seeing you sometime next week. I'll do another Now Spinning video. You know, leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Tell me about Johnny Thunders. Should I get the, you know, original mixes or not? I can check it, but you know, I'd like to have an opinion from somebody that is a little bit more of an expert than I am. Yeah. Oh yeah, I showed one more record. Wow, I had 7 records. So yes, you know. Anyway, yeah, I will keep this one out because this is excellent. I'll have to give it a spin. Anyway, yes. Yeah. I hope you enjoy your weekend. This is Saturday morning here, and yeah, have fun. Take care, and I will be seeing you around. as always, like the video if you liked it, dislike the video if you disliked it, subscribe if you think this is your kind of thing, unsubscribe if you think that why the hell am I subscribed to this guy, and yeah, I'll be seeing you around.